Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. It's me, Digi Driver. Welcome to your Saturday evening, Saturday, July the 13th. We are back in American Truck Sim, and I'm checking out more Texas. So join in. I think I'm going to hit the standard freight market because I don't really feel compelled to do anything in World of Trucks right now. But I want to get down to the coast, so I want to see if anything will take me to Houston, or if I'm just going to go ahead and explore. Like if I'm literally going to be going to hit the road with just my truck and nothing else. I'm not going that way. That's the opposite direction. Abilene, I've never been to, so that'll be probably my first destination. And I'm delivering ice cream. I would imagine it's probably going to be a hot one down there. So let's set that as a GPS destination and get started with our first delivery. And there's that skipping. I don't know why it does that, but I wonder if it's because it's loading it off of my plate drive. I don't know. All right, so we are back in the Peterbilt custom truck, which I have. And, oh yeah, I got teleported to a service station because I just finished an update. That's fun. Give myself a little bit of audio. But welcome aboard, everybody. Hopefully you're having a very good Saturday. Let's go find a spot. There we go. Thank you. Let's hit it. Putting the driver in Digi Driver. You got it, my friend. Welcome aboard. Very happy to have you aboard, friend. I hope we've been having a very good weekend today. I am back behind the wheel of the Peterbilt, and we are off to parts unknown. Well, wherever this company is that I'm picking up the trailer from, but we are going to Abilene, Texas. We are leaving Wichita Falls, or at least we're going to the other side of Wichita Falls to pick up our cargo, and then we're leaving Wichita Falls to go to Abilene. But welcome aboard, friend. Very happy to have you, and I hope you're having a very good night. I had some time with family today, and slept in. I've just been trying to get some things done, trying to figure out some. I don't know exactly how to say it, but I want some new directions, and it's kind of like this. It's like if you want to do what if you want to do what you've never done, you have to do what you haven't done. Like if you want to get the results that you've never gotten, you have to put in the effort that you've never put in before. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish right now. There are some upcoming ideas and possible projects that I have. I wrapped up work on the Oshkosh scenery, and I've been paying attention to people actually using it and flying into SimVenture this weekend at Oshkosh, and just wondering what the next step is, and also just trying to take a little bit of a break tonight. I was going to fly, but I didn't feel like I had quite enough time to set up the flight nicely. And that's okay. That's okay. by the grace of God, I do believe there will be other days for flying, so I'm not really worried about it. We will take the ice cream delivery. And there it is. Let's go get some ice cream. Excellent. Attach the trailer. Okay, trailer is attached. First hop is going to be about a sixth of a 40-minute, 12-hour run, just a little over 2.5 hours. So I would probably say first run will be somewhere around, I don't know. A fourth would be 10 minutes. So what? A sixth would be like 6 to 7 minutes real time? Something like that. Where is the cruise control button? That's weird. Which is my cruise control button? Thought it was this one. Unless it's... Oh, wait a minute. I know which one it is. I think I do. Alright, so about 7 to 10 minutes to Abilene, and then we'll grab our next load of cargo. I'm trying to get to Houston or Corpus Christi or anywhere along the Gulf of Mexico to have a nice chill end to our trucking tonight. I'm assuming it's going to take upwards of like 2 or 3 stops. We'll see. We will find out. And for those looking for metadata for today's stream, I am in American Truck Simulator. I don't know what version it is, only that it is the latest version. I am using something called lossless scaling, which allows me to, I guess, get better graphics out of the sim with the current hardware that I have. And I don't know that much else, except to say that the graphics do look agreeable. I'm using something called AMD FSR, which is, I guess, a graphic enhancement. There's also NVIDIA image scaling, which is not too dissimilar to the, I guess, DLSS algorithm that is the one that I used for a long time in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I am considering giving this a thorough shakedown in Microsoft Flight Sim and either using AMD FSR or using the NVIDIA image scaling, but turning the frame gen off, which I think is already off because I'm using DX11 and not DX12. So, all things considered, I might give that a shot tonight, or I might wait until later. But let me catch you guys up on what's been going on lately. So, it's been a little bit since I have, I would say, downshifted a bit at work. and I feel better. I feel better. Better physically, better mentally, better spiritually. I feel like there's, I don't know, a more realistic, limit on the kind of work that I can do or that I'm asked to do. I don't know how long that particular kind of thing will go on for, but I do know that that's currently where I am, and I'm grateful to be there. With that said, I am also trying to recalibrate and get back to doing other stuff. If you've followed me on my Discord, you already know that I've talked a bit at length about the issues involved with the things that I want to do for scenery development or other kinds of content development. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to do as a flight sim scenery developer, but also what I want to do with regards to, I don't know, being busy with other things in general. I I'm not afraid to admit that I have had moments where I've wondered exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be doing or should be doing in terms of an IRL career. And I've noticed a trend with a lot of, I don't know, content developers of various kinds. I'm talking about running the gamut everywhere from Twitch to YouTube and back. People are really taking stock of themselves, of what they've been doing, what they want to do, and the common thread in many videos and many content posts that I've seen is that people are legitimately trying to step away from things that they just don't want to do. Ooh, interesting. Fortunately, this is a bit of a circle, so that's fine. But yeah, there are a lot of people that are talking about what they're trying to accomplish right now and how they're just not satisfied with the same status quo that they had, I guess, been privy to. Yeah, yeah, there you go. And I think that's what most people are interested in doing. They're interested in producing content that's value added, but, and this is the first, qualifier, it's content that they want to produce. So, like, they're going to spend less time working on things that genuinely don't interest them. Now, I'll level with you. I come from, I come from a time and I come from an upbringing where the answer to the problems wasn't, oh, like, go do whatever you want to do and you'll feel better. There were bills that had to be paid, and there was brand X food to be consumed that did the same job as the brand name food. So I learned about putting aside the luxuries to get stuff done. And I think I would agree with you on your other point too. Like, if you're going to if you're going to put content out there that's rage baity, or if you're going to put out content that's rage baity or just irrelevant for the sake of putting content out there, it's not going to benefit anybody. And I'll be the first person to tell you, I don't care what generation you grow up in. Like, everybody has the ability to do great things, and everybody comes with different perspectives and different experiences. The people that grew up in the World War II generation, they experienced things that many of us probably, hopefully, never will. My generation saw incredibly scary things, and the generations coming up saw have seen their own share of stuff. So it's like, my point is this: I've seen people trending towards wanting to do better, and that's commendable. And I mean, I get inspired to want to do better too. So that's what I'm shooting for, is what I'm trying to say. I want to be better. I want to be focused on making great things happen. And I want to spend less time being like, oh, well, blah, 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 and I can't get anything done because this, like, stupid circumstance happened. Like, I get it. I get it. Life sucks. Life sucks a lot sometimes, and you have to deal with something that you get dealt that is either not fun, incredibly sucky, potentially life-threatening, or all the above. And I'm trying to do better because I understand, somebody might be watching and they might be like, okay, well, what's this dude about? I'm not doing things to get applause, but suffice it to say, if there's anybody that's benefiting from my life experiences and is going to be the kind of person that says, well, okay, listen, my life sucks right now and I don't like what's going on, but this kid is doing it. So let me draw some motivation from what they're accomplishing, and let's just get after it. Exactly. What matters is what you're going to do about it. So that's my point. Like, I am eager to keep going. Am I going to succeed? We'll see. We'll see. I'm grateful for the opportunity of a brief respite and the ability to do things which let me try new challenges, try new things out in life. All right, swing wide and turn. Goodness, does this not look like a Walmart right now? It looks pretty much exactly like it. Okay, where do you need it? Ooh, you know what? Challenge accepted. All right. As long as we don't take too long, we should be okay. Okay, so if I go like straight through, then what I can probably do is that. All right, a little bit more over. Cut it in. Cut it way over. Let's go. Give me some lateral movement, please. All right. Let's get the steering wheel over to the right. Come on, let's make John Walbert happy here. Let's pretend the CEO is having a meeting, and they're like, Walbert drivers get it done. Backing up. Backing up. Gently. Gently. Yes! Maybe a little bit more. Okay, good enough. It's right on the curb. Done. Detached. Sweet. Quick delivery with a complex parking. We are now a level 29er. What company offers do we have? We have one to Oklahoma City and one to Denver. Both the complete opposite direction of where I want to go. But World of Truck deliveries go to Dallas, Odessa, Longview. Maybe? No. No. And we're not going to California. Okay. So, no. Let's find a new job, see if it takes us to Houston. I am all for a Houston job right now. All right, Abilene, Odessa, Fort Worth. Wait a minute. Are you seriously telling me Dallas-Fort Worth is that close to the Texas and Oklahoma border? Digi geography, sheesh. Literally, I'm not paying attention. All right, New Mexico. No, no. I don't know, chat. We might be freewheeling this to Houston. And that's okay. Honestly, that's okay. Unless I can take a job from Odessa to like Corpus Christi. Which honestly, I don't see happening right now. So let's take a look at the map. We are in Abilene right now. If I go to Fort Worth, the fastest... Wait, seriously? Did you just take a job? Take a job. Go back to Fort Worth. Yep, we're going to take some Fortless to Fort Worth. And then probably shoot down the highway. If I don't get any jobs from Fort Worth, I'm going to go from there to Houston. It's just that simple. All right. So, not bad. First delivery out the way. Sun's coming up, and we are gonna get out of here. Oh, look at that! The company's like down the little avenue here. Man, the fact that some like almost nameless part of Abilene, reminds me of vistas that I've seen back home. The developers of American Truck Simulator were really paying attention when they were studying the infrastructure and the lay of the land of a lot of the country. I've said this before. I've genuinely said this before. They are very much well studied. And it's interesting to see. All right, let's go in here. Hello. Let's take the job offer. Ser Serious, I wasn't gonna say anything, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, did that driver just brake check me? Oh my word! Like I mean, you have to have guts to do something like that. I gotta say, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll just go ahead and give him a pass. We got work to do. I mean, uh, it wouldn't have been a contest, yes, but no, no. We're better than that. I answer to a higher authority. All right, let's hook this thing up and hit the road. We're going to Fort Worth, everybody. All right. Canada driver, good to see you. Welcome aboard. We are in American Truck Simulator today, and we are hitting the road to parts previously untraveled in Texas because I bought the Great Plains DLC, and it included Texas and Montana as well. Yes, I know Texas and Montana would not be necessarily considered Great Plains, but yeah, they came with the bundle, so I'm happy. Well, I tell you what, love on people and share the good news of Jesus Christ, and I leave it to folks to make up their own minds. But indeed, as a born-again Christian, I'm certainly always open to the idea of having someone talk to me if they've got questions about what I believe and what that means for them. But much love to everyone here, and certainly happy to have you no matter what um, your perspectives or views are, as long as you agree to be nice. Because if you don't agree to be nice, then it's going to get awkward really fast, is what I'm trying to say. Exactly, exactly. My heart is open to everyone, but the door will be closed if you start doing stupid. So, it's just like that. We're good? Everybody okay? Let's hit the road. All right. About 2 hours and 58 minutes of game time, so another like 12 or 13 minutes to get back to Fort Worth from Abilene. And then, again, like I said, if we do not find cargo to give us the excuse to do business in Houston, I am going to hit the road and go straight down there, period. Ooh, Subaru STI. Nice. Ah, Texas, the state where you can go 75 miles an hour and you're not going to be passing a trailer that quickly unless you really floor the gas pedal. And wait, are there parts in Texas where you can go like 85 or more? Excuse me? I'm guessing there are. I really am guessing that there are. This week went by really quick. It's almost unbelievable. I work IRL as a software developer, and I I found myself so supremely like busy lately. Polish Catholic family. I wonder if by that you mean that they're Roman Catholic or Eastern Orthodox. because I need to. I spent some time in Roman Catholicism, but I never looked into uh, orthodoxy of that nature. So it'd be interesting to do a little bit of research on that. When am I taking some holiday time? I think the next time is going to be towards the end of the year. I have some time that I want to bank for a family trip to Disney, but it's probably not going to happen. I'm not going to be taking significant amounts of time off anytime soon. Roman Catholic. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. There are parts of Roman Catholicism that I agree with, and parts of Roman Catholicism that I disagree with personally. As a born again Christian, I believe that prayer is achievable and possible directly to the Lord God Almighty. It does not have to be done through priests or clergy. And I am a believer in the full substitutionary atonement of Jesus Christ on the cross. And once that's done, and once someone trusts them as just Jesus as Lord and Savior, that's it. Like, you are connected to God Almighty forever through Christ. You get to spend eternity with Him in heaven, and you can take your calls directly to the Lord. I will say that some of the Roman Catholic buildings that I have been to and seen are supremely, what's the word? Ornate, decorated, and big. I mean, I think I went into St. Mark's, not St. Patrick's Cathedral, but St. Mark's in Midtown, and it was big, and it wasn't even St. Patrick's Cathedral, but it was still a big building. Well, I mean, I'll put it you straight. Like, for me personally, my belief is um, salvation is by grace alone, through faith alone, in Christ alone. And there are different belief systems that uh, base themselves on Christianity, which either add to or take away from that system, which I disagree with. But at the same time, if if folks came in and engaged in discourse with me, my calling is to love on them and to listen and to understand where we can be both charitable believers of the same Savior and shoot for the same goals. So it's not going to be like, oh, I'm Roman Catholic, get out of here, you heretic. Oh. No, it's not going to be like that. It's love, and respect. Now, if the opposite were to happen, then listen, I'm gonna hear you out for a little bit. But if you're going to be of the position where you're going to be pile driving people that don't believe exactly what you believe into the ground, then we can limit that relationship, and mods know how to do that. So it's like I've said before, and I'll always keep saying, as a born again Christian, I want everyone to be as I am, to believe in Jesus and to be saved by Him. But you never, ever have to feel like you have to believe the same thing I do in order to feel comfortable in this chat. Now, it's your appreciation and I'll say regard for what I believe going to affect your enjoyment of the channel. Possibly. But my love for you is not going to change. So, wherever you are, whatever you believe, I want you to know you can come in, you can rest, and know that you are valued and you are loved more than you will ever fully know. And thank you for stopping by. It's nice to be able to chat with people tonight, and if you are a lurker and prefer to just listen, then thank you. You are boosting the algorithm for my channel, so I appreciate you. And I am taking a bit of a chill pill tonight, doing American Truck Simulator. Nathan's Plains, welcome aboard, my friend. Happy to have you here. And let's see, where am I going? Where am I going? No, we're not going that way. Oh, no, wait, am I? Yes, we are. Ooh, that was close. Real Digi Driver Ops, you got that right, friend. We are in American Truck Simulator, and I am on my second delivery of the night. We are on our way to Fort Worth to drop off some construction equipment. Not for construction equipment, forklifts. Forklifts, that's it. And we are going to try to figure out if we can get a delivery going to Houston. Otherwise, I'm going to just drive there manually. But yeah, today went by quickly, as most good weekends do. And I got to spend some time with family, got to eat some great food, got to laugh, and came home. It's warm out, and I got settled in, and I'm doing a little bit of streaming before Mrs. DG comes back after doing a little bit of work herself. So I'm happy to be able to share time with you guys, but I'm also going to be doing a few things afterwards. One of those things is, I think, do some business purchases. I came across some strategically disposable income. I'll go ahead and say that much. And I am trying to figure out how to put it to good use. One of the things that I am potentially going to be dealing with in the next year or two is possibly getting a new rig. Yes, the tactical side hustle, among other things. Okay, where do you need it? Another challenging park? Probably not impossible, but definitely not easy. Let's go. Yeah, just checking the top. So I need to somehow back this thing in over here. And it's going to be a little tricky. Close quarters. But we're going to give it a shot. Can we do it, fam? Yes, we can. Sí se puede. Y si por casualidad hablas español y llegaste a mirar a mi página aquí en Twitch, bienvenidos a todos. Yo soy DIGI Driver y estamos en American Truck Simulator andando con trabajo en el estado de Texas. This Spanish translation has been brought to you by Orbit Airlines. We all take the potato. Yeah, Nathan, I gotta be honest with you. I'm seriously thinking about your idea. Your idea is actually genuinely brilliant. That would be, of course, if I felt like actually putting a real camera on myself. Or I might do one of those, you only see my hands cams. So we'll see. That might happen. That might happen in the not too distant future. All right. There we go. We're good. Second delivery done. It's his birthday today? Dude. Yeah, muy bien. Tomorrow, I believe. Okay, got it. I will probably be saying hello this evening because I'm probably gonna, get up and stretch, make myself a late night snack, maybe some ramen, catch up with like Mrs. Digi, and it'll be headphones off. Of course. Why didn't I see that? I have no clue. All right, so, Peterbilt trucks to Bakersfield. No, thank you. We're not going to California. The Sim thinks I want to go to Cali. I do eventually, but not now. Ooh, this one takes me to Junction. This one goes to this one goes to Beaumont. Oh, we're there. We're there. Empty pallets to Beaumont. That's 6 hours, so that's about 20-minute hop. Oh, we're doing this. We're so doing this. We're going, fam. How much money do I have? I almost have 300,000. Probably enough to buy another garage, overhaul it, and start thinking about hiring more drivers eventually. Whoops. Okay, got it. So, conditions outside look like it's gonna rain soon. We shall see. Let's see. Let's see. What time is it right now? It's about 9:18. I think I'll probably be able to squeeze out this delivery down to, I think I said Beaumont, and maybe get ourselves down to Houston before the stream is over. We'll see. I mean, you gotta admit, it's the closest I've been to the Gulf of Mexico in ever. And hopefully we'll get there soon. I've got an hour and 13 minutes before I get to the cargo, before I actually deliver, or can deliver it. But, not too bad, actually. Not too bad. I'm using lossless scaling today, and I am in the process of trying to figure out what the best settings are going to be for my rig. I am currently using AMD FSR, I guess you could say image rendering option, and I am also trying to figure out whether or not frame generation is going to benefit me. Actually, you want to know what? Let me break immersion for a few seconds while I get that sorted. I'm going to unscale. I'm going to put in... I'm going to try FrameGen 2.1 and do ×3. I suspect this isn't going to do anything for me because I don't think my GPU is powerful enough to do or programmatically render 3 frames, two extra frames. There's a little bit of latency in the mouse controls, but not that much. Let's see. Beautiful Western Star trailer on my left. Looks wonderful. Cruise on, friend, cruise on. Golden Meadows. Slow down or pay up. End the streak. I'm not seeing any significant payoff. I think I'm going to go down to 2x frame gen and rescale. That's probably going to help me. All right, let's try it. I feel like this is smoother now. I do. All right, so heading on I-30. Wow, this is a bit of a complicated intersection. Oh, here we go. I was wondering when it was going to start raining. Ooh, wow, lightning. Ooh, sounds dope. This is our exit, I think. Wow, it's stormy outside. But yeah, I think I'm going to get strategic. There are going to be more than a few things that I'm going to be purchasing soon. And believe me when I say I was sincerely tempted to get another tiny PC or a Stream Deck. Here's a question: does anyone actually own a Stream Deck at all, or a Nintendo Switch of any kind? And if you do, can you let me know your experience playing with it? I have a Game Boy Advance and I have a Game Boy, and I still have the kind of G-Pi case for the what am I trying to say? The Raspberry Pi Zero that you can like play retro games with. But I'm considering getting that. There's just one significant problem. I haven't owned much Nintendo content in a long time, other than the retro gaming that I do on the knockoff Nintendo console, which I own, which I could conceivably make an excuse for getting a Nintendo Switch. But again, problem number one that I have is why? I don't feel compelled to buy a Nintendo Switch right now. I don't feel compelled to spend money in the existing Nintendo ecosystem. I think to a point I could be convinced into getting a Steam Deck. Oops, excuse me. Can't stop that fast, pal. Let's see. Are you stuck trying to go? Da-da-da-da. Nope. I think like the oh, okay. The AI woke up. But I was following too close, so my fault. Where was I? Oh yeah, Steam Deck. I could be convinced into getting a Steam Deck, and I have more than a little bit of content that I've purchased in that ecosystem. But again, I think question number two for me is, if I generally find myself on my PC to play content on my Steam account, what's the benefit of me carrying around a $400, $500, or $600 piece of equipment that, um, you know, just lets me do that wherever I want to? When, in theory, if I wait till I get home to play stuff like that, it's generally going to be an exponentially better experience, unless the gameplay on the Steam Deck is way better than the gameplay on my current PC, which ain't impossible, but it's like, I'm probably not going to get a Steam Deck. I'm definitely not going to get a Switch. I debated the idea of getting a 3DS, specifically just because I wanted to play around with 3D stuff. But really, I just want to get my hands on potentially either a lenticular screen that lets me do 3D viewing whenever I want to, and whatever seated position I want. Because if you watch things that are 3D, a lot of us have difficulty with just the effects of exposure to stuff like that, which is why VR sometimes doesn't work for everybody. But if you control your seating angle, supposedly that isn't a factor. So that's an idea. Alright, let's find where the truck is. Longview? I think I said Longview. Wait a minute. Did I just get baited and switched again? Hold it. Well... No, we're not going to Beaumont, but we are going to Houston. And we're going to take some vehicles there. We're doing a World of Trucks delivery, kids. Alright, so the vehicles are up the road. Dorifto! Man, it would have been cool to pull the handbrake and spin the truck around, but that ain't happening. However, I am going to take the truck around. Am I going to hit that? Good. Just missed it. Yay. Alright, good enough for me. Let's swing around. Almost locked up the wheels. That's funny. Depending on how long it takes, this might be my last delivery of the evening, but we'll see. Alright, let's get out of here. 4 hours and 39 minutes. So that's a third of the 40-minute time, which is basically a little bit less than a half, so somewhere around 18 to 20 minutes as of now. So, okay. Yeah, we're coming right up against, or we're gonna be not that far away from 10 o'clock for wrapping up the stream. So we'll see. But welcome everybody. Considering what's happening right now, questions on my mind. Do I think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow? It depends. It's possible I will. Oh, we've got some artifacting here. That's weird. That's really weird. Do I think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow? Possibly. Possibly. It really depends on what schedule is like and what I'm going to be doing, and if I'm going to be doing anything outside. If I get everything wrapped up, I should probably be able to stream for a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to try to be way more consistent with my no audio streams this week. I have made some progress on Odell Williamson Municipal Airport's FBO. I'm going to see if I can finish the interior this week. And if I can, then I can probably get started on the other hangars. And then I should be able to hopefully finish that project and maybe even put it up for sale on Sim Market. I don't know. It depends. It depends. I mean, I guess it depends on what I can and what I can't actually release as part of the scenery, but it's a small enough airport in North Carolina. It's not South Carolina. It's just on the other side of the North-South Carolina border. So it's in North Carolina. It's by Ocean Isle Beach, and it is literally a two-sided, one physical runway strip with general aviation services, one FBO, and that's it. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Otherwise, whatever. I know I'm going to be tuning down, my work from Oshkosh, or maybe I'm going to be tuning it up a little bit because I might possibly be working on objects to get ready for next year should they invite me back, which I kind of hope they do. And then we will figure out what the next step for that project is if I get invited back. But if you haven't done so yet and you are a Pilot Edge subscriber and you like general aviation and you haven't been to Oshkosh for the SimVenture fly-in, consider visiting it even if you don't do the fly-in. The scenery that I helped develop and took a part in helping release is available for download right now. And I think you're going to be able to do a fly-in into Eagle County, and there's going to be probably a lot of folks that are going to be spawning in to fly out. But it is possible to fly that. A lot of folks were doing that over the past couple of days. And I did get to see a couple of streamers do it, which was great. So I might even do it next year if I get the courage to do so. But we'll take it a step at a time. We'll see what happens. Okay, so which way is it? Do I have to still merge over? I think I do. All right. Good stuff. And we will be slight righting it. Okay, I see. I made a good choice. Oh, look at that little tram. Little light rail over here in Dallas. Wow, this is a pretty complicated section. Sherman and Houston. Is there something that's not quite working on my system? I wonder. Getting a teensy bit of tearing. Nothing impossibly big, but something's not quite working. Let me go ahead and pause this for a little bit. I'm going to do one last check, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm going to turn frame generation off, and I'm going to keep AMD FSR on. We're going to... Oh, I had allow tearing turned on. So let's do 2x frame gen with tearing turned off and see what happens. That should probably work. Okay, so tearing's off. All right, taking 45 south of Houston. Let's go. Okay, not too shabby. But yeah, I got some things coming up, so I got some decisions to make soon. Flights in the simulator. I now have a 777. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a long haul in the future. I would probably say I will. Whether or not that's in the next month, I don't know. But I think I'm going to take a page from an old friend. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to potentially do long hauls once a month on stream, and that might mean picking a specific day to do them on, or just kind of announcing, you know, the long haul for the month. And sometimes the long haul might come sooner, sometimes the long haul might come later. I got to think about that. But there are some destinations that I haven't visited that I think I'd like to, and we'll see. We will see whether or not that works out. There's the station. Interesting. All right, off we go, back on the road, off to Houston. The next non-US destination that I think I'd like to go visit might either be in a continent I don't travel to very often, or at least on a vector I don't normally take. So it's either going to be extreme northern Europe, it's going to be like the middle of the Mediterranean, or it's going to be northern Africa, whether that's like, I don't know, Casablanca, or if it's going to be like Cairo or something, I don't know. But I mean, sheesh, I could make a no excuses world tour where I visit a few spots in a triple and just make it a really, really fast and direct kind of around the world situation, because it'd be like, oh, okay, well, I have the ability to go around the world really fast because I'm on a 777. So I might as well make the excuse to, right? So that might be part of my explanation. What's that? Um, or I might do a much longer world tour. But world tour, long haul, I think I'm going to take all this, in stride, one step at a time. Oh, also, quick PSA. If you guys are wondering why I'm going 65 in a 75 zone, it's because I'm doing a world world of freight or world of trucks delivery, which governs maxes out my speedometer at 65. So I can't go faster than this with world of trucks freight. That's okay. It's not going to take me more than like maybe 7 or 8 minutes to get to a destination anyway. But yeah, I haven't visited Northern Africa in the sim ever. I haven't visited most parts of Africa in the sim ever. And I am wondering if it's potentially a interesting idea to do a tour. I'm probably going to be hitting up Europe first. So I might go eastbound from wherever I start back to wherever I start. And I might do some warm-up flights by doing 1 or 2 long hauls to start as Atlantic crossings. And then maybe even a long haul eastbound over the Pacific. Maybe something like New Zealand to Honolulu, or maybe like Auckland to Honolulu, or something like, oh, excuse me, wrong spot. Or like Hong Kong to, I'm sorry, Hong Kong to Narita. So we'll see. This is kind of neat. I don't normally have to wait in line at a wait station. It's kind of nice to just be in the mix of all this traffic. This is one of the reasons why I like being an American truck sim, because it really does remind me a lot of the existing kind of infrastructure that I see on a regular basis where I am. But we covered trucking, we covered potential future plans for flight sim, and in terms of development, I had something very interesting happen to me lately. I was in, that's right, I was in Nathan's Plains stream last night, I think, and I happened to notice that somebody was there that was studying or preparing to be a software developer in real life. And that caught my attention because, as you guys know, I'm an IRL software developer myself. So never let it be said that I do not send the elevator back down. So I spent time talking to them on chat in the Twitch stream, in the Twitch chat for Nathan's Plains while watching Nathan fly. And I talked about my experience as a developer, some of the things that you want to do if you are interested in getting started in this economy, because it is not impossible to do so, even in the economy in which we're in. I'll level with anybody that's watching or that's lurking and that wants to be a software developer. It is not an easy road right now because the market is geared more towards developers. I'm sorry. The market is geared more towards companies than it is developers right now because of just the state of how things are. Companies have their pick of applicants from the job pool because there are as many as there are, and they can pick and choose who it is that they want. And because of that, it's more challenging to find new roles. So, I told them, differentiate yourself by getting started on project work now. Just doing as much as possible now. Because if you have time to, and you can create projects which would be either part of your portfolio or simply develop the skills so that you can actually do what you need to do, then by you doing the work ahead of time, you'll prepare yourself. It's like, for me, anybody that wants to become a software developer should be comfortable with trying to level up themselves as quickly as possible with doing projects, individual projects, group projects, but basically doing the work ahead of time. If you're not motivated to do the work by yourself, get around people that will motivate you. If you're not doing the work by yourself and you don't want to get around people that want to motivate you, it's going to be difficult for you to become a software developer. And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to everybody else, because I feel like, in one sense, the current, I guess, atmosphere in which we're at, where developers exist, is different than what it used to be like. And I am just kind of trying to also understand, in part, how to be better myself. Because lest you think I have it all together, believe me when I say I don't. There are still plenty of things that I struggle with, plenty of basic concepts that I struggle with. But at the same time, it's not impossible to get everything down and get it done. It's just that you have to, I don't know, do the work. You have to do the work. And I kind of get it now more as an individual than I used to. But if I can be transparent for a moment, the industry that I grew up in one sense, grew up in between quotes, and the industry in which I find myself now, they're different animals. They're not the same. They're not what I remember them to be. So you could say that a new skill set, a new approach to doing work is required. I mean, nothing's going to take the place of good old-fashioned hard work, but at the same time, in order for you to do said hard work, you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. And that means you have to be willing to fail. And if you're willing to fail, and you're willing to grow, and you're willing to grow quickly, then sure, that's cool. If you are willing to do that, and you are willing to learn and to fail fast and to grow, then very little of what's going on in the industry is probably going to affect you, because you're going to be using failures as a springboard to your next success. You're going to be learning from documentation and from prior opportunities. You're going to be keeping yourself busy with, fun projects or work projects, and you're going to be doing it in a way that's going to be sustainable. You're not going to be thinking about that all the time. You're not going to go, oh, well, like, I'm a software developer, so I should be thinking about that every single second of every day. You won't. It's okay. It's okay. Is it? Oh, this is George Bush Airport. Wow. Dude. Hold it. Photo up. Well, sim up. Wow. They've even got moving traffic on the taxiway. What is this? Wow. As I hold up traffic behind me. That's superb. Well, I tell you what, if I was gonna pick a way to wrap up the stream, this would be it. Wow. All right. This is definitely going to be one of those times where I'm just going to say we're going to play it safe. We're going to dump the cargo. We're going to keep going, and we're going to take a look at the airport property, or as much of the airport property as we can, before we actually call it a night. But yeah, like I said, it's up in the air whether or not I'm actually going to be doing a stream tomorrow. I probably won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. Oof, I almost don't want to stop because I think if I do, that 747 is going to despawn. I'm wondering if they're actually going to take off. And what part of the airport are we at, actually? I don't know. Because I don't spend a lot of time at George Bush Intercontinental. But that's neat. I do not believe that they're going to take off, though, so I could probably just stop at this point. Maybe? Are they back taxiing? I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious. I think I'm going to stick around for a few minutes. But yeah, short story from Uncle Digi. If you want to be a software developer, get comfortable with failing, do a lot of project work, take your breaks, and decide as soon as possible whether or not that is the industry for you. And the reason why I say that is because you will figure out pretty quickly that there are some things that you want to do as careers that you were motivated to do, which you will, breathe a sigh of relief knowing you actually do want to do them. But you also are going to discover sometimes they're not going to be what you want, and that plane just disappeared. Okay, good enough then. We will detach the trailer and we will continue and probably drive the truck around for a minute or two before we actually say goodnight for now. So I'm going to stay outside. My job is not to go out on the actual property. My job is just to find the closest shot I can of aircraft traffic. That's one that looks like a either DC-10 or MD-11. And is it just me, or is that the same 747 from before? I think it's just kind of taxiing around in a loop. I can't tell. I don't see all the property. This looks compressed, but this is kind of nice. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's just go ahead, put the parking brake on, and shut it down for tonight. said it before and I'll say it again. The cloud graphics in this game are absolutely and utterly unreal. I'm pretty sure this is a circular skybox or close to it. I like my brain is deceiving me. It's like that's a real sky. It looks real, and I think it's texture mapping and kind of like time-based diffusion or blending from one state to another. But this looks like something I would see if I took a shot with a normal camera. It's utterly amazing. The clouds, um, the position of the sun in the sky, I don't know. I just know that this looks realistic. But yeah, everybody, it's been fun. I did make it to Houston, but I did not make it to the Gulf of Mexico. I guess I'm gonna have to leave that for the next episode. Oh, what? Oh, are you kidding me right now? Oh, here we go. Oh my, and they buttered it. Wow. uh, that is dope. Okay, well, there we go. Now I saw somebody land at the airport. There we go. They really paid attention. All right, it's not going to get better than that, folks. I think I'm going to go ahead and head out for tonight. It has been a privilege hanging out with you. And thank you to those that said hi. Thank you to those that lurked. I will probably post whether or not I'm going to do a stream tomorrow in Discord. And I'll probably see you guys around the Twitchverse tonight and or tomorrow. So, until then, folks, from the pretend offices of the Digi Studios, just want to say thank you for coming by today. And like I always like to say at the end of every stream, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace, and that is Jesus Christ. Until next time, friends, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your evening, and take care. Bye now.